2015 when the 2-point conversion came into the NFL. There's been no change in 3-point margins. In fact, it's almost more likely. And the reason is because, yes, teams go for 2 or miss extra points more now, but it allows them to get back to the key margins by going for 2. And people forget that. In fact, when the line is on 3.5 the last 6 years, 11% of the time, favorite wins by exactly 3. So the difference between 3 and 3.5 is an 11% difference long term. And we talked about that long-term perspective. So you really want to shop around on this game. The San Francisco-Philly game is down to 3 in a lot of spots now, and so is this Buffalo-Miami game. It was 3.5, but I'm seeing some 3s out there now. So if you like the Bills, wait till it hits 3. If you like the Dolphins, you want to grab that 3.5 now because it's starting to disappear.
Always a pleasure. Tell them how they can take advantage of you at Pro Sports Info and how they can get a pick.
Yeah, I'm actually in about 10 minutes here. I'm doing some NFL videos for WagerTalk.com. It'll be on WagerTalk TV today. I'm also doing a NASCAR show which will be aired tomorrow morning on Friday. So once again, baseball, football, NASCAR. It's WagerTalk TV on YouTube. And, of course, my direct page is Steve Merril, WagerTalk.com. If you mention the show today, I will send you a free best bet. All you have to do is email me and mention the show. My email is from my website, ProSportsInfo.com. It's Steve@ProSportsInfo.com. Steve@ProSportsInfo.com. Mention the show, get a free football best bet.
You want to throw a bonus pick in there for the for Bristol since it's just up the street from us?
You know, it'll be interesting. It's the third of the playoffs. Let's keep that in mind. You know, guys like Truex and Hamlin are locked up. They've got nothing to lose. They both have been very good on these short tracks. I think it will somewhat correlate to what we've seen at Darlington and Richmond, 2 other short tracks so far. Wouldn't be surprised, normally to see Kyle Larson play it safe, but he is locked into the next round. I think Larson will run better this week than he's been running in recent weeks.
All right, there you go. Little bonus pick there. Someday we'll talk about NASCAR running on a quarter-mile asphalt track at the Coliseum in L.A.
Yeah, I saw that. Early February, right?
It's in February. They're going to build it in 4 weeks. I don't know how that track's not going to fall apart, but I guess that's a whole other issue. All right, man. Appreciate you as always. Great stuff.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, let's get a break. When we return, we're going to do a little fantasy, so get your questions in now. Text me your questions for Buddy Andrade, our fantasy expert from E2G Sports, 732-982-7469. We'll get you in right after this on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. Visit them at simplegreen.com.
NFL Thursday night, an NFC East matchup between the Giants and the Washington football team. Saquon Barkley questionable for the Giants. Taylor Heineke expected to start for Washington, who is a 3.5-point favorite at home, 40.5 the over-under. College football Thursday night, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns hosting the Ohio Bobcats. Louisiana favored by 20.5 points, the over-under 54.5. The Fortinet Championship underway today from Napa, California. John Rahm, the heavy favorite, at plus 355. Webb Simpson at plus 1,700. Hideki Matsuyama at plus 2,000. Kevin Na plus 2,100, and Will Zalatoris at plus 2,400.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
In today's real estate market, you need the right professionals to help make sure your home purchase is smooth and hassle-free. That's where Jacob Title comes in. Stan McDonald and the staff at Jacob Title cater to the realtor and clients who are looking for a top-flight closing experience. Jacob Title uses the latest and best technologies to ensure a safe and secure exchange of funds, and they pride themselves on great communication well before and during the real estate closing process. Jacob Title in Huntsville and Madison, and online at jacobtitle.com.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Organizations using Salesforce know how powerful the platform is and how much time, money, and headaches it saves if it's set up right and you know how to use it. Let's face it, Salesforce is complicated and time-consuming to figure out, and a lot can go wrong now and down the road without expert help. That's why most Salesforce users work with an implementation partner like Higher Echelon, so they get the absolute most out of their Salesforce investment. Higher Echelon is a 5-star Salesforce consulting partner who won Salesforce Military Hiring Partner of the Year. President Dr. Joe Ross is retired Army who played and later coached for the cadets. He puts that experience to good use at Higher Echelon, where they pride themselves on hiring veterans. Look, not all Salesforce partners are the same. Don't put your company at risk by going with an inferior partner. Higher Echelon is the trusted partner you can count on to get you up and running and seeing returns on your Salesforce investment in a fraction of the time it would take if you go it alone. Go to higherechelon.com. That's HIGHERECHELON.com to learn more. Go higher and go Army.
As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th to save on top tool brands and more. Up your power with the Bosch 18-volt cordless hammer drill kit, plus bonus laser distance measure, only $149. And the DeWalt 16-piece bimetal reciprocating saw blade set, now only $22.98. Shop in-store and at Lowe's.com. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 9/24, U.S. only.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner of University Kia, here letting you know we are proud supporters of Madison Academy football. And a quick shout out to my son, Avery Seaton, number 19. Stop into University Kia today and shop our large selection of new Kias, including our all-new Telluride 8-passenger SUV, the stylish new K5, and the sporty new Seltos. Visit universitykia.com to view all our great offers and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia today, because we want to see you in the Kia. Go Mustangs!
Brooks & Collier has always been about making the most of your outdoors. Our lush greenhouse and new furniture ideas will inspire you, but we're also about value. Our brands are so handsome, they'll make themselves comfortable inside or out, and so well made, they'll weather the weather for many years to come. Our staff can consult you on the right choices, and Lucy for sure can show us the sofa that's the most comfortable. Make the most of your outdoors. Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
This is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now more of the Thom Abraham Show on your home for Crimson Tide Sports 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Grumpy hit the text window with, please give your sidekick a crash course on betting lingo. It's painful to listen to. Which Grizz responded by saying, yeah, well, it's painful to watch Grumpy cut a window out of a wall, too. So that's a touche on that one. Welcome back. This segment of the show brought to you by North Alabama Mortgage. At North Alabama Mortgage, they'll do all of your mortgage work, whether it's a refi or whether it's a new purchase, if you want conventional or VA or FHA or USDA loans, they do them all. And, it's a good time to cash out. There's a lot of money in your house right now. It's a good time to maybe cash out and do a refi for renovations or college expenses or maybe that big trip you've been planning forever and you want to do it and you got that money trapped in your house. You can get a refi done with the folks at North Alabama Mortgage. Talk to my buddy over there, Brian Hamaker. They do VA. So they are a VA specialist. They work very hard for our veterans as well. Talk to Brian Hamaker. Check them all out at NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com. I know we have some fantasy open somewhere. We're into our third week of fantasy, and we don't seem to be able to find our fantasy open. Grizz, you got to look for the fantasy open. We must have that somewhere on that deal. But in any event, we are joined now by our fantasy expert, Buddy Andrade of E2GSports.com. Buddy, welcome in. How are you?
Hey, doing good. How we doing, Tom?
Awful, because I had, not arguably, I would say arguably, but I would say not arguably. I've been playing fantasy football for 15 years myself, and I had the single worst day in the entire history of my life playing fantasy football. Not only did I get drubbed by over 50 points by my opponent, my bench, with 2 less players, my bench beat me, and my opponent's bench beat me. It was the worst day ever. And it probably, because I did not consult your manual before I made my draft, maybe. I don't know. It's awful.
Well, that would be a reason. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers!
For that, Tom. We're going to have to punish you.
Aaron Rodgers! You gave me 1.2 points! Aaron Rodgers! Nothing out of Jonathan Taylor. Nothing out of Terry McLaurin. Nothing out of Julio Jones. Nothing, as in 0.0 out of Mike Gesicki, the tight end. Nothing. All I got something out of Chris Cobb. My Packers defense went negative. They went negative on me. Goodness gracious almighty. That's a disaster. Now, do I overreact? Or do I stay with Aaron Rodgers against the woeful Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football? Does he bounce back, throw for 350 and about 4 touchdowns, or what?
Yeah, I got him as my guy to play in daily this week. I just the article should be up at TOCSports for the daily fantasy play for 16 games. But if anything's going to cure what ails Aaron Rodgers, it's the Detroit Lions. It always has. His numbers and his history against them are great. So don't be down. If he has a bad week this week, that's when I start worrying.
Yeah, no, I would start worrying if it went south this week as well. Melvin Gordon, all right, who has Jacksonville on the road on Sunday versus Jonathan Taylor, who has the Rams, very tough Rams defense.
Oh boy, I'd go with Melvin Gordon. Definitely go with Melvin Gordon. He hit the home run the other day. The burst looked back. He looks like he's finally back to being that guy who can break the big run. And that was impressive to see the other day against the Giants.
Do you believe at all in Jameis Winston after what we saw of him in first game throwing 5 touchdown passes?
I don't think he's that guy, but I think he's a couple of touchdowns sitting in that system. There's a lot to be said for that laser eye surgery, boy. He was throwing it to the right team.
Well, there might be a lot to be said for the guy in the golf shirt on the sideline too. You know what I mean? I would think that.
Very impressive. Knows how to control an offense and just a good game plan. And they went in there and boy, he ripped it up. It was impressive to see. It's definitely the most shocking performance of the week.
All right, from our listeners, Logan Thomas or Rob Gronkowski, who was out of his mind in the opening game?
Rob against Atlanta. That may be done early, so he won't get as much. I'm going to go with Logan Thomas this week. I'm just remembering back to the playoff game, and Heineke really leaned on him in the playoff game. And if their offense is good, he's usually a guy who's catching some key third down passes and getting some targets. So I'd go with Logan Thomas just because I think they're going to be up that much and try to ice Gronk for later on in the year.
Buddy Andrade with it, talking a little bit about the upcoming week in fantasy, the week 2 in fantasy. You can't overreact, right? And from week 1, you can't just go nuts off of what we saw in week 1, unless you got a guy got hurt. Like I had Ryan Fitzpatrick as a backup quarterback. One of our listeners has him in a 2 quarterback league, and he dropped him and then traded for Justin Fields, who we don't know when Justin Fields is going to see the field.
Yeah, it's close to. I mean, those Bears fans are going to be calling for it. He looked like the best quarterback on the team the other night when he got his opportunity in there, scoring his first career touchdown. Little by little, but I think by like week 4 or 5, he's the guy, and they're just going to play it out the rest of the season.
All right, pick 3 out of this list. Okay, 3 receivers out of this list of receivers: A.J. Brown, Deontay Johnson, Jamar Chase, Antonio Brown. Which one of those guys sits and the other 3 play?
Sit Antonio Brown, play the other 3. Again, I think they're going to be up big, and they're going to be playing the younger guys and running the football to just kill the clock.
Yeah. All right. Coach Grizz has a question or two for you. Grizz, go ahead. What, buddy?
Yeah, buddy, can you give people a better explanation of what a dynasty league is and that the importance of drafting younger players?
Yeah, dynasty is more of a keeper league where you're trying to grab the best of the rookies and play them behind quality veterans that you have and develop them over time and hope in year 2 or 3 they become that guy. And what you're doing is cycling if you still have the team where you're drafting like a quarterback 2 years from now to be the backup to develop. It's fun. It's basically, you got to be a real NFL draft nerd too.
Yeah.
To know these guys later on in the draft. Know your football, know your college teams. Like I look at a guy like, who's probably out there who I think is going to get an opportunity at some point this year. It's Kylan Hill with the Packers. Like I'm looking at guys like him and keeping an eye on playing time. Jones had a bad week 1, but the whole team had a whole bad week 1.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you kind of want to have a list of guys that you're keeping an eye on, and you're keeping an eye on their touches and targets, and as they grow.
Right.
And you probably want to buy early rather than late on a player, because if somebody else grabs him and he becomes like that, what Cam Akers did last year, you've lost and somebody else has won. So it's knowing when to strike when the iron's hot, that's for sure.
You like these dynasty leagues? Grizz, you like being in a dynasty league? Because I'm like, I like starting over every year. You know what I mean? To me, it's more fun to start over and try and pick a new team every year than have a team that you have year after year after year. Because personally, I don't even know if I'm going to be alive next year. And I hate to, be tied up with a bunch of guys in a dynasty league and then I die.
I mean, it's fun to be a part of like a group with your friends and everything like that. So like, for instance, in my keeper league, I kept Jonathan Taylor and George Kittle. So this year I drafted Kyle Pitts. So hopefully I'm banking on the future for Kyle Pitts in my keeper league. Now, dynasty league, you keep the majority of your roster based on age and based on performance. So, like, if you're going to get rid of guys, you got to know who to get rid of in dynasty, and it makes it a little bit harder, figuring out what you want to do for the next year. Like, I'm keeping Baker Mayfield for the future. So, and I have Tom Brady.
You keep Baker Mayfield for this week, my friend. Baker Mayfield had more yards per pass than anybody in the NFL this past week. I'd be playing Baker Mayfield against the Houston Texans this week.
Tom Brady against Atlanta. Sorry.
Well, there's that.
I'm an Atlanta fan. And, buddy, I also wanted to ask you, a guy that right now I'm hurting for wide receivers, but I also need to find a backup running back because Zach Moss is hurt on my bench. I also have looked at a couple of guys. Who would you see on the waiver wire right now in a league that's 10 to 12? And it's really hard to find a running back or a wide receiver. Who are some of the guys you see on the waiver wire that you could see put into the running back spot or the flex?
If I'm looking throughout the league, I'm looking at that San Francisco situation and monitoring who's taken over this week.
Right.
Another guy I'm looking at is Latavius Murray. Let me just tell you, I hate the way Latavius Murray runs with no pad level.
Yeah, he stands up when he runs.
Oh,
but he still runs people over somehow.
It is unbelievable. It really, really is unbelievable. And then you're looking at your handcuffs. What do you have on your roster?
Well, I have Jonathan Taylor and I have Chris Carson.
So I'm looking to the backup there just in case. What is Rashad Penny holding out? Chuba Hubbard, is he going to start taking, at least if you have McCaffrey, make sure you have Hubbard as your backup just as a handcuff, because we saw what happened last year with the difficulty of Christian McCaffrey staying healthy.
So what are your thoughts on a Damian Williams for the Bears, or possibly cannot think of the running back for Philly?
Is it
Kenneth Gainwell? Kenneth Gainwell, I'm sorry.
Oh, Kenneth Gainwell. I'd grab Kenneth Gainwell, especially if you have him in a dynasty league.
Yeah.
And you have Miles Sanders as a starter. I'm a big Miles Sanders fan.
Yeah, he looked really good against the Falcons, but I think any running back really can, because they've been one of the worst teams against running backs out of the back. I mean, just passing out of the backfield.
Yeah, but Miles Sanders is a good all-around back, and he's a guy who played at Penn State who didn't get his opportunity because Saquon was there.
Right.
So he kind of reminds me of like a Kenyon Drake, maybe a Damian Harris, where there's a lot of tread left on the tires going into the NFL, and they're still growing. Whereas I look, to Miami, and, they got a running back who had 1,000 yards 4 straight years at the University of Washington. So a lot of treads off that tire. So you got to balance knowing the history of the player, what their workload was, and there's only so many bullets in the chamber for every player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who you are, unless you're Tom Brady.
Billy Andrade with us here talking some fantasy football. He of E2GSports.com. You can still get his manual there. You can get all his fantasy advice there at E2GSports.com as well. Plus, you can go ahead and look at my college football picks, which are 7-3 against the spread. I may suck at this fantasy thing in week 1, buddy, but 7-3 against the spread does not suck. You can make $1 with me if you look at my picks.
Yeah, no, definitely a few drinks and a good meal out of Thom Abraham. So definitely follow him, and his article will be out tomorrow.
Yep.
So definitely feed yourself off that.
Yep, you can jump on it. And I even gave the listeners the under, a little bonus extra NFL pick. I gave them the under in the Patriots-Dolphins game. And, of course, that came in as well as the Patriots crapped down their leg on the goal line right before the end of that game. All right. I don't like Julio Jones at Seattle because I don't like the what I saw out of the Titans offense in week 1. So if I were going to park Julio Jones, how about this? Deebo Samuel, who had a huge game in week 1. 180. Or Devontae Smith, who also had a nice game. He goes against San Francisco. Samuel goes against Philadelphia. 2 receivers, same game. Which one do you like?
I'm going to go with Deebo. He was my hot pick for last week, and
he was.
I'd go with him again.
See, I missed that.
I think both quarterbacks look to him to go to Deebo Samuel.
See, he was on my bench, and he had a pile of points. And see, that's the deal. I missed it because I didn't look at your, I didn't look at your deal there, and that's the biggest problem. All right, here's one more. 2 wide receivers and a flex out of this group. Stephon Diggs, Antonio Brown, Terry McLaurin, Mike Williams, and Ayuk.
Diggs, McLaurin, and who was the fourth one again?
Mike Williams, and then Christian Ayuk.
Mike Williams. Yep, Mike Williams.
So Diggs, McLaurin, and Williams.
Yep.
All right, so there you go. All right, all you have to do is go there and check it out. Oh, wait a minute. Let me give you one more here. Grumpy's got one. Which running back in the NFL game tonight? So of the running backs in this game tonight, Barkley and the rest of them, which running back do you like the most tonight in the game?
Antonio Gibson. I think more touches and targets. I still think that Saquon is going to be babied till about week 5. So I would go with Antonio.
There you go, Gibson. Grumpy. Antonio Gibson tonight. All right, buddy, always a tremendous job. Check him out at E2GSports.com. He's our fantasy guy, and we talk to him each week here on the show as well. Buddy, I appreciate you, man, as always.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
All right, man, thank you. All right, so there we go. All right, let me get a break in here. When we come back, we are open lines the rest of the way. Got a couple of things I want to get into. You can go ahead and join us at 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977 right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. We're still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatewitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
In 2 years, you can have a career that makes sense for you. Skill up and earn a living working with your hands, or work on the front line of computer information systems and cybersecurity. Get a degree that lets your healing heart take care of people. Help design and manufacture the most advanced cars, machinery, or even aerospace components. In just 2 years, great careers are within your reach at Drake State Community and Technical College. Visit drakestate.edu to apply.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing: helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
Sitting here with Ann Adams of Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Rise Real Estate. Is it a good time to sell your home, Ann?
Yes, it is. We have people relocating from all over the country.
Why should we choose Rise Real Estate?
Well, we've been selling real estate in North Alabama for 36 years and have sold more real estate than any other real estate company, period.
Do you help your customers through the entire process?
Yes, our agents are with you during the whole process from start to finish, from beginning to end.
In your relocation services, you have a whole team.
Yes, we have a dedicated relocation department helping customers move seamlessly into the area.
Ann Adams has been writing contracts for the last 36 years. She has the experience to help you list and sell your home, downsize your home, or help pick the perfect spot north of Alabama for you to build a future.
Call Ann Adams at 256-337-2625 or on the web at www.bhhsriserealestate.com. If you need a car, McCurry Motors is ready to put you in a quality vehicle, and in-house financing is available. If you have a job, McCurry Motors will work with you even if you have a bankruptcy, divorce, or bad credit. Visit McCurrySaysYes.com. Every car comes with a warranty, and they report to the credit bureau. With 2 locations, Highway 72 in Athens, call 256-230-0232, or Max Luther Drive in Huntsville. Call 256-713-0575.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Sitting here with Mark Kent of Southern Fidelity Mortgage Group of Huntsville. Mark, do you help pre-qualify people?
We pre-qualify people all the time, Wes. As a matter of fact, I love having them coming in here because when they come in and they pre-qualify, they can leave my office knowing exactly how much they can buy and have no worries.
Mark, tell me about your rates and pricing.
Well, Wes, this is something we're really, really proud of. Long story short is, I love being able to provide the best pricing in town. Honestly, I cannot tell you the last time I lost a deal to either rate or pricing, something I'm very proud of.
So what all financing options do you have, Mark?
We do several different things. If you're purchasing a home, we can handle the purchase. If you're wanting to refinance your home, of course, rates are at the lowest they've been in the last 3 years. We do a lot of refinancing. If you're building a home, we can handle the entire process from breaking ground to the final close.
Do you sleep with your phone?
Wes, if you want to reach me, you can call me at my office phone, which is 256-562-1000. But always remember, I sleep with my cell phone at night. That number is 256-656-5936.
This is Eli Gold of the Crimson Tide Sports Network. A new contract and expanded playoffs with the same results. Listen to Alabama football on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
People stay just a little bit longer.
Get a little longer.
Just a little bit.
Jackson Brown, we got another 10 minutes. Welcome back, Thom Abraham Show. Phone lines are now open. 256-576-4977. Going to get to the phones here in just one moment, but I need to just drop this. I mentioned it briefly yesterday, but I think it's worth just a little bit more of an opinion and a comment. I need to drop this into the show here. Jermichael Finley yesterday on ESPN Radio. Did you hear what he said?
Someone's a little salty.
Oh, my God. Talking about Aaron Rodgers. Now, Jermichael Finley was a go-to guy for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. And he was talking about Aaron Rodgers' work ethic and all of the comments in the offseason about whether or not he was looking to get out of Green Bay or not. I mean, he did everything but say he tanked on purpose to get benched or something. Jermichael Finley played 6 years with Aaron Rodgers as his number one tight end. He said, quote, "Actually, you can see it right through his helmet. The eyes in the face tells everything as a personality. And I just don't see that NFL hunger and just the hunger to go and win another championship." He says, bro, it's the National Football League. Each offseason, you got to work like it's your last season. And I just don't see a work ethic in Aaron Rodgers that I had seen in previous seasons. He says, I'm not a hater.
Yeah, he is.
He says, I'm looking out, actually. I just want the guys to do their best and play Packer football. He said he was, it was really, he said he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Now, Rodgers said, I'll let him use those words, and I'll use it's just 1 year. After Matt LaFleur said he was absolutely embarrassed by the lopsided score. So Rodgers not wanting to say that he was embarrassed. He said, we played bad, I played bad. Yeah. Offensively, we didn't execute very well. One game, we got 16 to go. I mean, it's up there with the relaxed comment. But, Finley went on to say that he thinks that Jordan Love is ready to go, and he could be put in there sooner than later.
I don't think he is.
Why?
I don't think Jordan
Based
Love.
on what?
Based off of his preseason performance, even when they put him in, and then he didn't get hurt, and then he got hurt.
Yes, well, he got hurt, but he looked good until he got hurt in the preseason.
I'll see it. I don't know because I don't.
We don't know.
I don't know if I trust. I mean, I do trust the Green Bay offensive line to keep him upright. And that by any means.
They didn't have their stud. They didn't have Bakhtiari right in that game, who was their best offensive lineman.
Going back to the whole Jermichael Finley thing and not thinking, it's trying to see this is he's looking for the best out of him. No, he's not. I mean, this is the same guy that ripped him in 2012. He ripped him in 2016. I mean, he said that or 2015, he literally said at one point that if he lost Jordy Nelson, that he would get exposed. This is a guy that has for some reason.
You're saying he has a red ass for.
For some reason, he's had a red ass for Aaron Rodgers. And to think that after one game, after we've heard RELAX before many a times from Aaron Rodgers, you're going to say that the guy that was the MVP the year before is just going to fall off the face of the planet? No. I don't think so.
We've never seen him play that bad. And we never seen him go through an entire offseason trying to get out of Green Bay. He didn't work out.
Is that a him problem or is that a
no? That's a him problem. No, that's a him problem. I mean, it's a him problem in as much as that he didn't go to any of the offseason programs. He didn't, play at all in the preseason. So, why that was, who knows. He was vocal about wanting to get out of there. He says he hates the GM. No, that's a him problem. His, attitude is a big part of things. We'll see. I mean, you could say that, no, now that I'm here, I'm focused on winning and everything. We'll see how he plays going forward, but he certainly was not. There was no doubt that guy was not ready to play in that
like a few years ago, they went into Tennessee and they got absolutely embarrassed.
Yeah.
So
that was when relax happened.
I mean, I just don't I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's. We want to sit here and really just throw Aaron Rodgers under the bus. I mean, the man was the MVP last year, and I get it. Tom Brady won the Super Bowl and could have possibly been the MVP last year too, but nobody's
Look
Tom
at the way
Brady.
Tom Brady looked in Week 1, though. Tom Brady showed up. By the way, rain delay right now in Atlanta, so we just want to let you know that.
But Tom Brady is Tom Brady. You can't compare everybody else to Tom Brady.
Well, you can. I think
he has the
Aaron
best
Rodgers,
regiment to stay healthy, and I think
Aaron Rodgers over the last, 10 years or last
after the Super Bowl?
5 years. I think over the last 5 years overall, you can say that Aaron Rodgers has been as productive as Tom Brady. Tom Brady's won Super Bowls, but Aaron Rodgers, is you're right. Nobody's Tom Brady. All right, let's get Jimmy in here. Jimmy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, Tom. Man, enjoy your show. Listen to you every day on my lunch break.
Are you a first-timer getting into the show, Jimmy?
Yeah, first time I've called. Now, I've been listening for a long time.
Well, we got our guy. We got the nature boy sitting in the corner. Whenever we get a first-timer, we love that, man.
You got to wake him up.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so that's we got to wake him up, the nature boy, to welcome you to the show. Well, we appreciate you getting in. What do you got?
Well, listen, you probably already given information about this, but I've missed it. I'm trying to find out the status of that kid, that backup quarterback at Florida. Is he on or off?
He is practicing this week. They're not saying how severe the hammy is. I mean, that's the wild card to this whole deal is that, you can practice, you can go through the motions, but you're not going full speed. So they're not going to reveal whether or not, they don't have that deal in college that says, they're probable or doubtful or any of that. So we just don't know. And if I'm Dan Mullen, I'm keeping that close to the vest anyway. I'm going to keep that information kind of very close to the vest. The thought process is he can go, and now the question is how much does he play?
Well, I don't think they've got a shot without him personally. After watching them last week, but with him, he's the kind of guy that usually gives Alabama trouble. So I'm hoping that he feels better on Sunday.
Well, he is. So you're a Gator fan?
Oh, no. I'm hoping he feels better on Sunday, not Saturday.
Oh, you're going to be feeling better on Sunday. I thought you said I'm hoping he's feeling better. That's right, on Saturday. Yeah, right, on Sunday.
Yeah, I hope he feels better, but not till Sunday.
Yeah, Emory Jones can't beat Alabama. I don't think Emory Jones can beat Alabama. This kid, we just don't know enough. It's scary. It's every time he touches the ball. I mean, 3 carries, 150 yards. 3 passes, 150 yards, last week.
Yeah.
Against the same defense. And I know it was USF, but, Emory Jones was playing against USF too. And Emory Jones had 31 snaps and didn't do what this kid did in 6 snaps,
Yeah, I don't think Emory's got the mental capacity to handle the job. He makes a lot of bad throws, late throws, at times when he could have taken off and run, and he throws it out of bounds. I don't see that guy being much of a threat to us.
See, I think that he would have beaten out Kyle Trask if he was that good. If he was that good, because I understand that Kyle Trask played well and all that, but Kyle Trask came to Florida as the second quarterback in the class that had Felipe Franks in it. And Kyle Trask all along was just kind of a ho-hum guy. And once Felipe Franks had transferred out of there, Emory Jones has been there for 3 years, right? I think he's into his 4th year now. Emory Jones, if he was a flat stud, he would have beaten out Kyle Trask. And because Trask couldn't do the things that Dan Mullen wants to do with his offense. He couldn't run a lick. This kid, Richardson, does all of those things. And he's wearing number 15. He's scary. He's not. I don't think they're going to win the game, but he's a little bit of a tricky guy. Don't know enough.
Well, I'm hoping, like I said, I hope he feels better Sunday.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
But,
That'll be good the rest of the year. He can be fine.
Yeah. Well, listen, enjoy you guys, and
all right, man.
Keep up the good work.
All right, don't be a stranger, Jimmy. You just get in there.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, man, appreciate you. We love we love our first-timers. I mean, we do. I mean, because it's not like there are a lot of people that are listening to the show that are intimidated about calling the show. Now, we hear from tomorrow's our interactive day. We give you as much information as possible during the week. And then tomorrow is our most interactive day when we do our Friday trifecta. And, of course, we'll have that for you tomorrow. We'll have LML Jr. helping you with that early on in the show tomorrow. We'll have Lee Sterling tomorrow. And the rest of it's wide open for you for your Friday trifecta picks. And you can probably have a pretty good idea. Well, I can guarantee you, obviously, Alabama minus 15.5 is in there. And Auburn, pay attention, Grizz, Auburn plus 5.5 is in there for sure. What I got to decide, Grizz, is do I put a third college game in there in an NFL tiebreaker, or should I go with 2 college and 2 NFL? There are some good games in the NFL.
I would do 2 college and 2 NFL.
I agree. I think that's the way we're going. You know when you'll find out? Dumare at 10 o'clock when we fire this bad boy up again.
Right at 10?
Right at 10.
All right, thank you.
Hey,
Get
right
that
at 10,
graphic ready.
Grizz. Do not get that graphic up. No, not you right at 10, the listeners. I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the listeners.
Oh, my bad.
You'll know in an hour. The listeners, 10 o'clock, Dumare. Don't put it up before 10, though, Grizz. Don't scoop the show. I used to have to tell Mike that all the time. Don't scoop the show. Chuck Oliver is next, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.